So we're out here in the school parking lot where we have a little bit of a new rule happening.
All right, man. I don't like the new rule, but Officer Shepard is gonna break it down on why this new rule is got what's the word, like,
Enforced.
yes, enforced, because he's an officer. He's enforced the law. He gonna explain why the new rule got enforced into our school.
Yep, so now we have assigned parking, and he's going to explain a little bit about why and how it will be set up and how you can get your assigned parking. So why don't you go check it out?
Hi everyone, I'm John Maxey, and today I'm joined by Officer Shepard, and we're going to talk a little bit about the parking permits. So how are you doing, Officer Shepard?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, so can you just start off by telling me what is the parking permit and what it's going to do?
What it is these parking permits, they're tags that you're going to place in the rearview mirror of your vehicle, and it's to identify your vehicle in conjunction with the numbered spots that we have out here in the parking lot. The permits will actually coincide with the numbered parking spots.
Okay, and why do students need parking permits?
What it boils down to is it's safety. We need to know who's in the parking lot and what they're here for. We need to know that they're students that are attending the school, and that they're somebody that's not out here up to no good or whatnot.
Okay, was there a certain event that happened, or was it just an occurrence over time that caused us to once again have parking permits?
No, it's just most schools have this system in place already. It's something that just kind of faded away here at Norristown High School, and I felt as though it was something that we needed to bring back because parking here at the school for students is a privilege. It's not your right. Just like having a driver's license in the state of Pennsylvania is a privilege, it's not a right that you have. Therefore, if you're speeding in our parking lot, if you're breaking the laws, if you're breaking the rules, you're not going to be allowed to park here.
All right, now to the important stuff. What do students need to obtain this parking permit?
You need to provide me with a copy of your driver's license, your registration, and valid insurance in order to obtain the permit. You also need to make sure that any fees that you have with Norristown High School, such as the IDs, they charge you $5 for the IDs when you lose them. That has to all be brought up and cleared prior to me issuing you the parking permit.
Okay. And when are you going to start enforcing the parking permits?
They're going to be enforced starting on October 1st, which is a Thursday.
Okay. So do students need to have them by that day?
They need to have their parking permits in place before October the 1st. That's when I will begin to come out here and start making sure everybody is where they're supposed to be.
Okay. And you just said making sure everyone is where they were supposed to be. Are spots going to be assigned?
Spots will be assigned. Like I said earlier, the parking permit numbers will coincide with the parking spot numbers. They're all numbered. Every parking spot out here that will be assigned has a number on it that will be designated for each individual to park there on a daily basis.
Okay. And how are you going about that process, deciding who gets what spot?
Well, what we're doing is we're keeping the seniors a little bit closer, and the underclassmen are going to go a little bit further. It's not a perfect science, so I'm going to do the best that I can.
Seems fair to me. I'm a senior. I know there's going to be some consequences for students that aren't in their correct spot or maybe don't have a permit. Could you talk about that?
Sure. The way we're going to do it is we have warning slips. I'm going to come out here. If you're parking out here and you don't have a permit, we're going to start with warnings. I'm going to put them on your windshield. After 2 warnings, the third time is 3 strikes and you're out. We're going to bring in the tow truck, and it's going to be at your expense. As it says on the applications that I handed out, you'll have to go get it from impound if you want it back, and that will cost you some money.
Okay. And what's the ultimate goal of having parking permits instilled once again?
It's all about safety. It's all about, the safety of the parking lot, being able to govern it, being able to, when people come to me, and it happens every year, I saw a red Honda speeding through the parking lot. Okay, now I have some recourse here. I've given it to you in writing. If you're speeding in the parking lot, we're going to suspend your parking permit. You're not going to be allowed to drive here anymore, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so students will be ticketed in the parking lot if they are speeding?
They can be ticketed. Generally speaking, we'll start with just suspending their parking permits and their parking privileges here at the high school.
Okay, and when your permit's suspended, you can't park in this parking lot.
That's correct. If we could do it a week suspension, we could do it by semester. We could do a revocation. If I do a revocation, that means you're not getting it back. It's done for the year. And as I put on the application, there are no refunds.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's it. I'm looking forward to getting this thing squared away. It's something that's been a long time coming, and that's pretty much it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm John Maxey, and I just talked with Officer Shepard about the parking permits. October 1st, student drivers, have your permits by then. Now back to the Eagle's Eye.